Hello everyone, I'm Alex. Last time we talked about how Joseph correctly interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh's chief cupbearer. But even after the chief cupbearer was restored to his position, he didn't help Joseph get out. Joseph continued to be locked up in the royal prison. He didn't know what plans God had for him, so he had to stay in the prison and be patient. 2 years passed, and one night Pharaoh had a strange dream. He woke up from the dream and fell asleep again, and had an even stranger dream. In the morning, Pharaoh felt very troubled, so he summoned all the magicians of Egypt. He told them about his dreams, but none of them could interpret them. Oh my gosh! Pharaoh was very angry. He said, "You people always boast about how great you are, but when I ask you to interpret a dream, you can't do it. You're all useless." At that moment, the chief cupbearer said, "My king, I just remembered something. 2 years ago, when I was in prison, there was a young Hebrew man who interpreted our dreams, and everything he said came true. Maybe you can let him interpret your dreams." So Pharaoh immediately sent for Joseph and told him about his dreams. "I dreamt that I was standing by the Nile River, and 7 fat and healthy cows came up from the river and started grazing in the reeds. Then 7 ugly and skinny cows came up from the river, and they ate the 7 fat cows. I woke up from the dream." Pharaoh continued, "Then I fell asleep again, and this time I dreamt of a stalk of wheat with 7 full and good ears of grain. But right after that, 7 thin and dried up ears of grain sprouted, and they swallowed up the 7 full ears of grain. That was my dream." Joseph said to Pharaoh, "Your two dreams mean the same thing. The 7 fat cows and 7 full ears of grain represent 7 years of abundant harvest, while the 7 thin cows and the 7 dried up ears of grain represent 7 years of famine. God has shown you what he is going to do. Egypt will have 7 years of great harvest, and then there will be 7 years of severe famine." Pharaoh was startled when he heard this and asked, "What should we do then?" Joseph suggested, "You should choose a wise and capable person to oversee Egypt. During the 7 years of abundance, they should store up food so that the people can eat and survive during the 7 years of famine to prevent Egypt from getting destroyed by hunger." Pharaoh and his officials agreed with Joseph's advice, but they wondered where to find such a person. This person also needed to have God with them. After thinking for a while, Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has revealed the meaning of the dream to you, and you have such wisdom, I will appoint you to govern all of Egypt. All of my officials and soldiers will obey your commands. From this day onward, you will be the prime minister of Egypt. Only my power will be greater than yours." Oh my gosh! Joseph never imagined he would have so much power. He was surprised and wondered if he was capable of managing Egypt. But he quickly realized that this power came from God. As long as God was with him, he would be able to fulfill this task well. So Joseph agreed to Pharaoh's request. Pharaoh took off his own royal ring and personally put it on Joseph's finger. He also gave Joseph a beautiful wife. At the age of 30, Joseph had been in Egypt for 13 years since being sold there. He began to manage Egypt for Pharaoh. During the 7 years of abundance, Joseph collected and stored a large amount of food. He also had 2 sons. He named his firstborn Manasseh, which means "God has made me forget all my troubles and my father's household." He named his second son Ephraim, which means "God has made me fruitful in the land of my suffering." At this point, Joseph had finally forgotten about his original family, the one that brought him both joy and pain. After the 7 years of abundance, the 7 years of famine began. Egypt and the surrounding countries were struck by widespread hunger. What would happen to Joseph during this time? Please watch my next video. I'm Alex, and I use my drawings to tell interesting Bible stories. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you!